Did you know that box cake has more than 24 ingredients? Most you can't even pronounce. I don't want that in my body. Today I'm going to make my almond cake with homemade almond frosting. It's so simple, so delicious, all natural ingredients. I'm even going to show you a twist on that. I'm going to show you how to make your own buttermilk. A lot of recipes will call for buttermilk, and sometimes you're just like, oh gosh, I don't have that on hand. Do I have to go to the store? Nope. I'm going to show you how. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Dr. J. I like to make simple, healthy, home-cooked meals with all natural ingredients. Let's get going. Okay, we're gonna start with this cake. We've got 2 cups of all-purpose flour. It's not good when you're measuring. You don't wanna like stick the whole cup in there and it'll just pack it down too tightly. So I like to kind of fluff it up a little bit using a spoon and then just right into the cup. So it's nice and light this way. This is gonna come out so fluffy and so delicious. You're never gonna wanna use those boxes again, I promise you. And you usually always have this stuff on hand, right? I mean, you may not have the almond extract, right? That's something you can add, but most people have the flour and the baking powder and the baking soda like in their pantry. So just gonna put this right into a sifter. That's 1 cup. I'm gonna measure out the 2. And there's just something nice about knowing that when you're putting this in the oven, that it's just a few ingredients, right? I was just happening to be looking at the back of a package the other day and I was just astounded. 24 or more ingredients. This is crazy to me. Like nothing should be shelf stable for that long, right? Okay, there we go. 2 cups. All right. And I'm just going to give this a good sift. Sifting it just makes it a little bit more airy. That's all. Okay, I love to use parchment paper too. I don't know if you guys have ever bought it like this, but I put everything right on here and that way I can just put everything right into my mixer. It's just easier that way for me. If you've never seen these things, these are amazing. Magnetic. Fantastic. Okay, so I just need 1.5 teaspoons right from here. And again, I'm just gonna put it right on top of my flour. So I'm gonna do 1.5 teaspoons of my baking soda and a half, just like that. And then I'm gonna do 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Okay, and then 1 teaspoon of fine kosher salt. Okay, so now we're going to start getting our other ingredients right into the mixer. So I've got 1 3/4 cup of sugar going in. I like to use an organic cane sugar. So even though we're making a sweet treat, we can make it with good ingredients, right? Don't have to feel too bad about this. I just tested this recipe last weekend for you all. It's so good. Oh my gosh. I can't wait for you to make it. It's just so delicious. The almond is amazing. So good. Okay, sugar in. Oh, avocado oil. We're going to use 1/2 cup, and this keeps it nice and moist. Amazing. 1/2 cup going in. I want to show you guys a trick. I don't know how many times when I started cooking, I was looking at a recipe, whether it was pancakes or whatever I was making, called for buttermilk. And I'm like, oh, shoot, I have everything other than the buttermilk. So I'm going to show you how you don't have to buy it. This is 1 cup of regular, actually 1 1/4 cup of actually regular whole milk. I'm just going to add in a tablespoon plus 1 teaspoon of vinegar. Now I love rice vinegar. That's what I'm using. But you could use an apple cider vinegar. Okay, and then just plus 1 teaspoon. And that's gonna mimic your buttermilk, homemade buttermilk, just like that. Yep, and just stir it in. So I'm gonna show you how I like to get this all started now. So I'm gonna get this mixing. Just wanna combine the sugar and the eggs. Just to make sure everything's combined, that's all. Okay, I'm gonna slow it down. And I'm gonna add in my eggs. So I have 2 organic eggs that I cracked early. You always wanna bring these things to room temperature. That's the other secret with baking, right? So they're room temperature eggs, just do 1 at a time, just so that yolk and everything gets all combined in there. And it's gonna give it a beautiful yellow color to your cake. Okay, other one's going in. Okay, at this point I'm gonna add in just about half of the milk or the buttermilk mixture. and I'm going to add in my other flavorings. So I'm going to add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla paste. This stuff is so good. You could use vanilla extract if you don't have it. Okay, now for the almond extract. 2 tablespoons. Yep. You are not going to miss the almond in this cake. I don't know about you, but when I'm having a cake and it says almond, I want to taste it. I don't want to be there's like a little hint in there. No, bring on that almond flavor. So now, just going to fold this up and just start adding this in slowly. Okay, now, so add in the rest of the milk, buttermilk, going in. Okay, one thing I think everybody should do, don't forget this step, okay? You want to scrape it down. So kind of go along the sides, just to make sure, get some loose flour there. I get some flour at the top here, I see, right? Just kind of get that all in the mixer. And go to the very bottom. You'll feel it. Just make sure you get everything all loosened up there at the bottom. Okay. Excellent. And we're going to let that go. Just another minute or so. So I've got my 9 by 13 pan. I love making 9 by 13 cakes because I'm cake obsessed. That's just the reality of it all. I love to have a little piece of cake every day, but I like to have a little piece of cake, not a big slab of cake. So if I make 8-inch or 9-inch rounds, I'm cutting into a big piece of cake. And I don't know, as much as I love cake, we want to try to keep ourselves slim and trim, right? Coconut oil in my little dispenser here. Just going to give it a good spritz so nothing sticks. These are great. These are great too, if you're just misting vegetables or for a salad, whatever. They're fantastic. So the oven is preheated to 350 degrees. I'm just going to pour this in. And it's okay. I know it's going to look loose, but trust me, it's going to be so moist and delicious. Almond cake. Honestly, I like any kind of cake, but this is so good. I've been writing cake recipes now relatively recently. I just really got into cake, I don't know, I guess in the past year or so. My husband's celebrating it though with me. He's always had a sweet tooth and I loved making sweets for him, but now I make them just as much for me as I do for him. Okay, so this is going to go into the preheated oven, 350 for about half hour. Okay. Oh my gosh, it smells so good in here. It's like that almond's amazing. Okay, I know this is done, but the best way to taste, see, I'm thinking about tasting it already. The best way to test it is just take a toothpick, put it in the center, and you want it to come out nice and clean. It's going to be so delicious. The hottest part right now for us is we've got to let this thing cool. Okay, so our cake is done. Now it's time to make our almond buttercream. Yes! Okay, so I've got 2 sticks of unsalted butter. I like to use unsalted. If you only have salted, that's fine. Just don't add the salt in. I'm going to add in just a minute. But I kind of like to control it myself. Okay, so 2 sticks going in. Then I'm just going to use a half a teaspoon of fine kosher salt. So I already have measured out 3 cups of powdered sugar, okay? But I just want to show you what I like to do with it. I like to sift it. Sometimes you get it gets a little lumpy. So again, just one of these things, or you could use like a strainer like I used earlier, a fine mesh sieve basically. Okay, so just half a cup. So I've already got 3, so 3.5 total is going to go in. And it's kind of fun. And this is a great way if you get your kids involved or grandkids involved. They'll love to do this for you, right? Get them involved in the kitchen, get them making stuff. And again, show them how easy it is, right? To make something, you can make it homemade. It doesn't have to be out of a box, right? The reason why I'm just not a fan of the boxes, I don't like something that's been on a shelf for that long, right? It makes me worried. I love, buying fresh ingredients. I go through a lot of flour because we make homemade bread and stuff. I'd like to know that it hasn't been in my pantry for 3 years, Okay, so we're just going to fit using the paddle attachment. All right, cool. Just gonna get this going. Just want to get the butter all creamed up. Okay, also gonna add in my flavoring. So I've got half a teaspoon of my vanilla paste. Again, if you don't have the paste, I really do like it though. It's a really rich flavor. You could just use a vanilla extract, would be fine. Okay. The vanilla does add to the almond, believe it or not. So now for the almond, I'm gonna add a half a tablespoon. I know that seems like a lot, but it's almond, right? We want that punch coming through. Okay, so half a tablespoon. I'm going to lower this down because what I don't want to do is redecorate myself in kind of the kitchen when I get this powdered sugar going in. I think I've got that. I'm going to start it on low. So I love the parchment paper because I can just kind of fold this out, but this is full. Okay. I'm just going to come this way. Just get like half in at a time, nice and slow. You just kind of want it all to combine. Ah, it smells so amazing already. I love almonds. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to get the rest of this in there. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now just a little bit of whole milk. You could use heavy cream if that's what you have, or half and half. This is just going to thin it out just a tad. About a couple tablespoons is what you're going to need. Good. Okay, always want to go through and you want to scrape it down. Okay, get that all off. There's something so satisfying about making homemade cake. I don't know what it is. I don't know why I love it so much, but all good stuff going in it. It's just a lot of love in this recipe. Okay. You just want to make sure you're going all the way to the bottom just to make sure everything is mixed thoroughly. These mixes are great. If you don't have one of these, you could use a handheld mixer as well. Just make sure you're using a nice deep bowl because that powdered sugar does kind of get all over the place. Okay, just going to give it another little quick mix. And that's it. Our cake looks amazing. So let's see. Get this off. I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, we were always running for these mixes, right? The beaters, and get to lick whatever's on there. Okay. This is so good. I just don't want any of it to go to waste. Okay. Other thing too about making like a homemade frosting is you can tailor it, right? So I'm going to give you a recipe. If you like a little bit less sugar in yours, do that. I find that a lot of the store-bought the stuff that you get in those cans, I just think they're really too sweet. I don't know. They have more sugar flavor to me than they do actual flavor of whatever you're looking for, whether it be lemon or almond or whatever flavor you're looking for. So I just say it just takes a few minutes to make it yourself. And we're using all good ingredients, right? Okay. I just kind of like to put it all on there. And then I'm going to go spread it out. So I'm just going to use just an offset spatula and just kind of slowly, just kind of work it to the edges, right? Takes just a minute or so. I'm not very patient right now, though, I have to admit. That's the problem when you're cooking, you smell it. I have some of my friends that will tell me like, oh, they're like, I lose my appetite when I'm cooking because, it just, you get all those smells. And I'm thinking, I wish I lost my appetite. I don't. I'm like, bring it on. That's why we go to the gym. Eric and I go to the gym so we can eat cake. Okay. Looking good. Okay, perfect. Just enough to cover the cake. All right. Well, we're gonna fancify it just a little bit, right? Got some slivered almonds. Just sprinkle them on top, right? I mean, that way we all know what we're going to be eating. Okay. I don't think you can have too many of these, so I'm going to kind of go for it here. There we go. All right. Now for the best part. We're going to get this cut up, and Eric and I are going to give it a taste for you.
Happy birthday!
Well, it's not our birthday, but I think
You sound like Frosty the Snowman just now.
yeah, you did. But
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
But I think, I mean, every day like is a celebration, and every day you should have cake. I mean, I'm all for it.
I like that.
Almond cake, almond
at
frosting. We've been smelling it in here, y'all. It's crazy. So,
Yeah.
one for you. I'm gonna go in this way.
All right.
It is so tender.
Oh, that's
right?
moist. I can
Cheers.
tell already.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa! What? That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and you're right about
It's
the
so
flavor
good.
of the almond. It's like very forefront. You can definitely tell it's almond. I've had like dessert, cakes before that. It's like is that lemon or what is that exactly?
Yep.
You have no doubt this is
No
almond,
doubt.
and it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. It's so good. It's so fluffy. I love the frosting. There's really not much about this cake that I don't like. We hope you all try it. If you do, please let us know, and let us know what other kind of cakes that you guys are making, or if you'd like us to make. So let me know. Put it in the comments below. If you haven't shared this with your friends and family, do that. If you haven't subscribed, please do that as well. And don't forget to click that bell. That way you know when our next videos come out. All right, we love you all.
Yeah, I'm going in.
I might have to get my own piece.
Yeah, maybe. You mean I have to share that?
Oh, well.